CTV News with Jack Morse.
We feel great about where we're at going this playoff run, where we're healthy, guys are in good spirits, the vibes are high.
The Barrie Colts are fired up, ready to make some noise as the playoffs kick off tonight. Thanks for joining us. It's win or go home from here on out as the Barrie Colts lace up tonight to open the OHL playoffs at Sadlon Arena. Fans will soon be packing the stands, but CTV's Rob Cooper, well, he's already there, standing by with all the pregame buzz and breakdown. Good evening, Rob.
Yeah, good evening, Jack, to you and everybody at home. You nailed it. OHL playoff action is back. Fans just now being led into the arena. Don't forget, it's a 7 o'clock start as Barrie takes on Niagara. Yes, we were there for the Colts' early morning skate this morning. The team spending maybe about 20 minutes getting ready for tonight's game. Barrie in a good position to kick off the first round of the series as they have home ice advantage against the Ice Dogs. Barrie placing first in the Central Division. Ice Dogs third, 19 points back. But of course, that means very little in the playoffs. Key factor, Kayshawn Aitchison is out for the first two games of this series after being suspended by the OHL. So it's Barrie against the Ice Dogs. Again, game time 7 o'clock tonight. Jack, I can tell you the players, most of them in the locker room with the coaching staff right now, just going through some last-minute preparations for the game. Of course, young men tonight looking to achieve that childhood dream of perhaps playing in a Memorial Cup. It all starts here tonight in Barrie. Of course, we'll have a little bit more for you later on in the show. Let's go back to you in the newsroom, Jack.
All right, exciting night for the fans. Rob, we'll check back in with you soon. Drivers on Highway 400 North Barrie can now see an affordable housing complex begin to take shape at the site of the former OPP building. CTV's Luke Simard brings us a first look at the property and more details on when it's expected to open.
Piece by piece, a brand new development is coming together on Rose Street in North Barrie as the County of Simcoe continues to work on an affordable housing complex.
This is the county's single largest investment in affordable housing, exceeding well over $200 million that we're putting towards building up Simcoe County within the city of Barrie.
A parking garage with more than 200 spots, along with commercial units, are being assembled at a fast pace thanks to precast construction.
Everything is being made off-site in a factory and then being shipped to site. So that means, I think we all know it's been a very cold, long, and very snowy winter. So we were able to, I guess, offset some of those weather delays.
Studio apartments and up to 3-bedroom units will be built in 2 separate buildings.
This will be a mixed income building, so we'll have rent geared to income, affordable, and we'll also have low end of market units. So it's a whole cross section of the spectrum of income that we're going to be able to host at this building.
The project on Rose Street is one of many affordable spaces rising in Barrie.
I think it's a wonderful place in the sense of the walkability to grocery stores, to malls, to jobs, to downtown, to rec facilities. I mean, there's a lot of opportunity where the old police station is, where the new county build for affordable housing.
Creating attainable and affordable housing got a little easier after the province announced removing the 13% HST on new home builds.
This has a massive impact on the affordability question, because if you think about a $600,000 townhouse being built, now backing off by $70,000, it just has a huge impact.
The parking garage is expected to be completed by the end of 2027, with 220 affordable units completed by the end of 2028. That is on top of the 456 affordable units that are currently under construction in the city. Luke Simard, CTV News, Barrie.
Gas stations were crowded yesterday evening as drivers scrambled to fill up their tanks, taking advantage of a nearly 13-cent price drop. This was the traffic at the Costco gas bar on Mapleview Drive in Barrie. Drivers lining up to save a few bucks, but that relief at the pumps was only here for a brief moment. Prices jumped 8 cents a litre at most stations overnight. The CAA says Canadian gas prices averaged $1.70 a litre yesterday compared to just $1.30 a month ago. A province-wide crackdown on child exploitation has led to 33 arrests, including 2 men from Barrie. OPP sharing results from a 5-day operation dubbed Project Series. 136 criminal charges laid between February 9th and 13th across Ontario. The accused, all men aged 16 to 67, are facing a range of charges. For a 37-year-old Barrie man, that includes luring a child under 16 and making child sex abuse material. Another Barrie man, age 44, is facing 2 charges of agreeing to or arranging a sexual offense against a child. The dangerous offender hearing continued today for a man who pleaded guilty to a violent sexual assault of a senior in 2022. CTV's Mike Arsley's reports, but first a warning, this story contains details that may be disturbing to some viewers.
Michael Zakir sat in the prisoner's box inside a Barrie courtroom where the Crown called several witnesses to testify in the continuation of his dangerous offender hearing. 2 witnesses told the court of the available rehabilitation programs, along with information about correctional facilities and levels of supervision available to Zakir and other inmates who may pose an undue high risk to society. After being charged with attempted murder in July of 2022, Zakir pleaded guilty 2 years ago to aggravated assault, admitting he stabbed and sexually assaulted an elderly woman inside her Clearview Township home, where she was left for dead and taken to hospital in serious condition. The court heard Zakir stole the woman's pickup truck and fled the scene. He was arrested days later in Bracebridge. The Crown wants Zakir, who has a lengthy and disturbing criminal record, to be handed an indeterminate sentence, followed by the maximum 10-year supervision order, noting his previous convictions for violent crimes, including sexual assault and sexual interference. He has been diagnosed with fetal alcohol syndrome, and the court heard has struggled with his mental health and addiction issues. The Crown told the court Zakir has repeatedly shown he cannot control his sexual impulses. Zakir is represented by defense lawyer Jeffrey Fisher, who told the court Zakir should not be deemed a dangerous offender and instead receive a lengthy sentence in prison. The court is expected to next hear evidence from a doctor and 2 more witnesses. The hearing is scheduled to continue in mid-April. Mike Arsley, CTV News, Barrie.
The lights have officially been switched on at a busy Innisfil intersection. The traffic signals at Big Bay Point Road and 20th Side Road are officially lit up, a new permanent fixture after the town heard numerous complaints about traffic in the area and a rise in crashes. The intersection sits along the Barrie-Innisfil boundary and serves as a key route between Barrie and Friday Harbor Resort. It's seen a big increase in traffic with rapid population growth in the area. It might not be on your mind yet, but beach days will soon be here again. And in Wasaga, well, they'll have a whole new look. Work is currently underway for a massive multi-year redevelopment to turn the town's iconic beachfront into a year-round destination. The construction we see here will be ongoing along Beach Drive in the Beach 1 area throughout 2026. Next month, residents are being invited to weigh in on the Destination Wasaga master plan. Now, Casey Colby is here with a first look at our weather. Case.
Yeah, looking at those pictures of Wasaga Beach covered in ice. Whoa, that's kind of lovely, isn't it? Let's talk about our first look at the forecast and what we have to look forward to. And here we go, diving right in with the temperature outside our door here at 33 Beacon Road. Yes, we're looking at 7 degrees, Jack. It's pleasant, isn't it? Winds are out of the west, 9 kilometers an hour. Let's take a look at the temperature outside your door. 9 degrees in Alliston, 9 degrees in Toronto, 8 in Newmarket. This looks like 2 degrees in Parry Sound and 3 degrees up Gravenhurst Way. Here we go. Let's take a quick look at some of the images. Yeah, radar and satellite images we've enjoyed over the last little while. And did you receive a little rain today? I think just about everybody did. We're going to back up a bit and take a look at the size of this system. Look at the size of the system, basically encompassing, well, pretty much of all of, I'm going to take a guess of about 43 states. Yeah, I'm going to make a guess. 43 states. This system from north to south probably encompassing about 43 states. So that's a lot of states at some point during the course of the last few days as far as active weather. And coming up in just a few minutes' time, we're going to let you know when all this cloud cover waves goodbye, Jack. All that coming up in a few minutes' time. We'll see you in a few minutes. Jack.
It was a full house at the Barrie Council chambers last night for a contentious development hearing.
We received over 275 signatures opposing this project.
That could lead to further piecemeal and condominium-based intensification in areas that are not designed to accommodate it.
I don't think this is an gentle intensification. I think that this is a radical change.
Should this proposal be approved, we as a neighbourhood have every intention of appealing the decision with the Ontario Land Tribunal.
Those who spoke opposed to an infill development, 6 homes tucked behind the houses on Jean Street and Dock Road in Tollendale. Technically, the current zoning would allow for 4 units by right. No vote on the proposal last night. It'll have to go to regular council to get the thumbs up or thumbs down. Council also voted in favor of new rules restricting street parking in new subdivisions and requiring homes in those subdivisions to have a garage in efforts to keep cars off the sides of the road. Barrie Mayor Alex Nuttall says they brought consultants in to advise them on the move. He says it'll make things like garbage collection easier, but one of the biggest reasons is snow.
We've had a smaller road and smaller lots don't have enough space for the snow to go. And, you know, we don't live in Florida. We live in Ontario, Canada, and Barrie, Ontario, Canada. And that has a massive amount of snow implication with it. And so we need to make sure that whatever's happening on the streets in terms of future development doesn't make this problem worse, but actually helps us mitigate and fix it.
Council will meet again on Wednesday. As the demand for electricity in Ontario grows, so it does for infrastructure. But now you can have your say. Hydro One is proposing a priority transmission line. It would span roughly 300 kilometers from Sudbury to the ESSA station in Barrie. It includes other facility expansions as well. Direction from the provincial government is to make ready a second transmission route developed in partnership with First Nations to support growth, particularly in the north.
The main purpose behind the line, as I said, is around the whole continued economic growth and development, but it's to increase the transfer capacity between Northern Ontario and Southern Ontario to build on what is already there as an interconnection and expand that from both a capacity and reliability perspective.
The project is subject to an environmental assessment, and that includes a chance for public input. There will be open houses in Barrie, Parry Sound, Henmer, and Bracebridge from April 13th to 16th. There's also a virtual meeting April 21st. The line is expected to come into service by 2032. Ontario's finance minister has tabled the province's latest budget today, along with a piece of advice for Ontarians. Plan for tough times ahead. CTV's Queen's Park Bureau Chief Siobhan Morris breaks it down for us.
Ontario is in for deeper deficits for longer, even though U.S. tariffs didn't squeeze the province's economy as much as was feared last spring. The finance minister calls his approach pragmatic.
Our plan is cautious where it must be and ambitious where it should be.
The government projects a deficit of almost $14 billion this year, significantly more than the $8 billion predicted in Budget 2025. Next year, a $6 billion deficit, with a return to surplus in 2028-29, a year later than previously planned.
Of course, I'd prefer to have a smaller deficit. I'd prefer to balance sooner, but we have to live in the world we're in.
A world Bethlyn Falvey says still has a lot of challenges. Ontario will spend $244 billion this year. $101 billion of that goes to health, 42 to other programs, and almost $41 billion to education. You've already heard some of the promises in this spending blueprint. $6 billion more for colleges and universities, with an overhaul to OSAP and the end of a tuition freeze. Accounts for elementary teachers to buy classroom supplies, more cash for primary care, and waiving the HST on new home purchases for all buyers for 1 year. But here's what's new. A 1% income tax cut for small businesses, an extra $1 billion for home care over 3 years, $186 million more to the Ontario Autism Program, and $41 million for a program that puts police officers in schools. The government is also setting up a new $4 billion investment fund, working with a private manager to find companies that line up with the province's economic priorities. Think defense, data centers, and tech companies.
Come up with great patents and intellectual property. And then investors come from around the world and buy up those patents and move the offices to wherever, to the U.S., Silicon Valley, move the talent. I want that to stay here.
He insists there will be guardrails to make sure taxpayers' money is well spent.
Siobhan Morris, CTV News.
A new fresh market shopping option has officially opened its doors in Collingwood. Farm Boy cut the ribbon at its 52nd store in the province today, welcoming people from our region to shop at 39 Huron Street. The specialty grocer features a hyper-local aisle showcasing products from local vendors like Root to Fruit and Georgian Bay granola.
Let's do it.
The popular Toronto smash burger joint Rudy is making its way to Cottage Country, announcing plans to open a location in Muskoka. The restaurant will go up on Howland Drive and offer the chain's first ever drive-through. No date has been set for when it will open yet. Now let's head back to Sadlon Arena now, where the Barrie Colts will soon take to the ice. Dreams of hoisting the Memorial Cup in sight. CTV's Rob Cooper joins us live from the rink with more. Rob.
Yeah, Jack, still about 45 minutes or so to go before tonight's game starts. Puck drops at 7 o'clock. Again, Barrie taking on the Niagara Ice Dogs. Listen, Barrie looked very calm, very relaxed at their early morning skate today. The coaching staff telling me the boys know exactly what to do now. It's a matter of doing what they know and how to do it. As for the players, many of them chasing that childhood dream, hoping for the best.
This is what you work for. You know, this is what you work for. You don't really talk about, you know, during the season, the hard bag skates and the comeback wins. You don't talk about it for the 2 points you get that night. You talk about it to build for this moment. Like, you want to build going into playoffs. We feel great about where we're at going into this playoff run.
Growing up watching OHL games, you know, playoffs is the best time of year. And, you know, when you're a young kid growing up, you know, getting the chance to play in the playoffs is definitely something you dream of. So, you know, we got a lot of excited guys in this room, and we're ready to go tonight.
Yeah, Barrie had a goal difference of plus 52 in the regular season. Niagara minus 42. Both teams obviously wanting to start the series off with a win in what is always an exciting playoff season. Again, game time here at Sadlon Arena tonight is set for 7 o'clock. Be sure to stick around for the rest of the show. A little bit later, we'll be catching up with the coaching staff from Barrie and find out exactly what's in their heads as they head in to this first game of the playoffs. Jack, let's go back to you in the newsroom.
All right, Rob will be coming to us live from Sadlon Arena leading up to puck drop tonight. We'll check in a bit later in the show. Still to come, an evening of award-winning art and design. We set the tone for the 2026 Afrofusion Fashion Show, bringing you a sneak peek of the rising talent from our region. Plus, grab a brush and be part of a legacy. How you can leave your mark in Huntsville with a new community mural project. You're watching CTV News Barrie. It's been defined as a unique cultural experience, showcasing the best of the best upcoming black fashion designers from our region.
Hold my head high, my shoulders are back. If I'm in heels, I'm a little bit taller. If I'm in flats, I still look sexy. And I just strut the streets as though it's a runway every single day.
Last year, Queen Fessy and Kyle Gervarsi designs were featured. This year, the Afrofusion Fashion Show and Fundraiser promises new talent. It's an evening of award-winning art and design, with all the proceeds going to help Simcoe County Black Coalition.
It's a great opportunity for not just the Black community, but for other folks who are really involved in arts and culture to come and see this excellence.
Fashion is very fluid. And honestly, to be able to wear designs that were created by our community, honestly, it makes me feel overwhelmed. It makes me feel warm. It just makes me feel loved.
The second annual Afrofusion Fashion Show is happening April 11th from 5 till 8 in the evening at 5 Points Theatre in Barrie. Huntsville is painting history, and you're invited to be part of it.
I have actually 3 murals on the go. The public can come down to the Canada Summit Centre and they can add their brush strokes. I will show them what to do.
I think it's a great project. I've watched them do it in the summer also, and it gets people of all ages involved in doing paintings.
From now until Saturday, the Canada Summit Centre transforms into a community arts studio as a brand new set of Group of 7 murals comes to life. Led by artist Scott Crew, the project invites locals and visitors to pick up a brush and leave their mark.
It's a great chance to engage with the community, to get them interested in the group of 7. I show them details of, in this case, Tom Thompson's work, things that you can discover in his paintings that people have never seen before. It's exciting.
It's just a fantastic way to honor the group of 7 that is so connected to our area. It beautifies our town. It draws people here. It's one of the largest outdoor galleries in Canada. It's on Mural Roots Canada. So it's just a wonderful way to see our community.
Once complete, all 3 will be installed at the Huntsville Curling Hub on Veterans Way, joining the ever-growing Group of 7 Outdoor Gallery, a free year-round exhibit featuring more than 100 large-scale copies of masterpieces across Huntsville and the surrounding communities. History is getting a sleepover upgrade in Simcoe County. Huronia Historical Parks has launched a new immersive overnight experience at St. Marie among the Hurons and Discovery Harbor. Visitors can stay in cabins right on site with campfire nights, costume-guided tours, and views of Georgian Bay. Discovery Harbor will be the first to open its doors April 3rd. A campaign to bring a hospital to Innisfil got a boost last night, $25,000 closer.
Today we're super excited because we are presenting a check in the amount of $25,000.
Members of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Youth Association handed over the check to the cabinet for a new hospital in Innisfil. The proceeds from their annual Run for Innisfil, now in its 3rd year, donated to the RVH Foundation to pay to build an RVH campus in the town.
And we just want to serve the community, and we think that this is a great cause to do that. And then people generously donate, members of our community, members of community of Innisfil, regular citizens like you and I.
This has been a dream for us. I've lived here 50 years, and we never thought we'd ever hear the words at Innisfil Hospital. But because of organizations like the Ahmadiyya Society, it's a reality. It's going to happen.
It's part of the Keep Life Wild campaign, raising $100 million in 10 years to expand health coverage across our region. For information on all our local events, along with other stories, you can go to our website. That's where you can watch our news live online and find all our local stories and breaking news as it happens. Just head to ctvnews.ca/Barrie or scan that QR code on your screen. Still to come, more playoff pregame action from Sadlin Arena, where the Barrie Colts are gearing up to make some noise tonight. But first, let's check in with Casey in the Garden.
Hey, sunshine and -8 in Winnipeg today. We're getting half of that forecast heading our direction. Which half? I'll let you know in just a moment or two. In the meantime, our weather watcher artistes, plural, he says. Yes, Samantha, Danielle, and Amelia say the snowmen are melting right across our region. You're watching CTV News Barrie.
It's that time of the year. It's our Feeding Families food drive. The demand has never been greater. We're hitting the road as we partner with the Peggy Hill team and our radio partners at Pure Country 106 and Bounce 104.1.
Hi, we're Martin and Steph
from Bounce 104.1.
And this week on the show, we're giving away tickets to see Acrobat, which is a U2 tribute show.
They're going to be at the Gravenhurst Opera House on April 11th.
So make sure you tune in Monday to Friday from 5:30 to 10 for your chance to win.
Picture this, brought to you by Bounce 104.1 and Pure Country 106.
Big thank you to everyone who took time to send in those pictures. This week's theme is Pause into Spring. Show us your pets enjoying the melt, the mud, the sunshine, or maybe taking their first walk of the spring. You can send those photos to picturethis@ctv.ca. Now turning to good friend Casey Colby out there in the garden right now. Casey, quite a few different animals. We saw deer, we saw rabbits, we saw a little bird. I think people are really stretching the meaning of pet this week.
Well, a certain anchor I know has had an iguana for a pet. I know people that have had spiders and snakes. No pet turkeys, though. Maybe I can be the first. I think I see a turkey now on the far side. Let's talk about the weather. Is the weather a turkey forecast? Well, let's have a look. I don't want to ruin anything for you. I love a good surprise. And here we go, taking a look at the temperature outside your door right now. 7 degrees in Mount Forest. 7? 7. 4 degrees right now in Barrie, 3 in Orillia. It looks like 3 in Gravenhurst and 8 in beautiful Newmarket, Ontario. Continue on with the first look at the... Oh, this isn't the first look. This is the main weather case. Almanac for today, 7 degrees. Clawed our way up to 7 degrees just moments ago, as a matter of fact. Now I know we're sitting at 4, but our high today, 7 degrees. So we're warmer than normal. A record, a long way from that, 3 times, as a matter of fact. 21 degrees back in 2007, minus 20.4 in 2014. Sunrise, sunset, how about 12 hours and 31 minutes of daylight? Adam, would you be so kind? And roll that forecast radar, and you see, goodbye, mixed precipitation, bye-bye, hello, sunshine. Yeah, feels pretty good, doesn't it? How long is it going to last? Well, let's break it down, take a look at some of the numbers. This is the southern tip of Georgian Bay, Lake Simcoe, overnight temperatures settling in. A wind chill of minus 18 eventually, so that's kind of breezy. We're looking, as far as the breeze go, wind gusts 30 to 50 out of the northwest. Rain, snow come to an end this evening, and then clearing skies, and looky. Yeah, that cookie, that's lovely. Minus 4, minus 5 tomorrow, and sunshine. Oh, that will feel so nice. Orangeville, Bradford, Georgina, Newmarket, Richmond Hill. Have a look. Minus 8, minus 10, minus 11 degrees. The mixed precipitation comes to an end, and clearing skies for tomorrow, and there it is. Sunny skies, minus 3. It looks like the high in Orangeville, and minus 1 just about everywhere else in the southern part of our viewing area under sunny skies. Hey, to Parry Sound, Huntsville, Bracebridge, Gravenhurst, Halliburton, wind chill minus 19. Why? Yes. Snow, rain combination comes to an end at minus 19. I'm willing to bet it's probably flurry activity. Coming to an end in clearing skies tomorrow, minus 3, minus 4. Sunshine. How long does it want to stick around? Where do we find that answer? Why, that can be found in the Diamond and Diamond Lawyers 5-day extended forecast, and it looks like this starting this evening in Simcoe County. Looks like Saturday has a 40% chance of flurry activity, sun and cloud, jockeying for the skies, minus 1, and then Sunday, 9 degrees, cloudy skies. Monday, 10 degrees and sunshine. Wow, lovely. Tuesday, looks like a 60% chance of a few showers rolling in, and we're down to 4. A 5-day extended forecast, York Region. Have a look. 40% chance of a rain-snow combination. Yeah, on Saturday under, sun and cloud. And then Sunday arrives cloudy up to 10, 12 degrees on Monday under sunny skies. The overnight low down to minus 2. And then Tuesday rolls around, looks like some cloud cover and some showers rolling into our region. Muskoka, Parry Sound, Halliburton, sun and cloud on Saturday, 40% chance of a few flurries, minus 2, up to 8 on Sunday under cloudy skies. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, gets sunshine on Monday throughout our region. It looks like a high of 9 degrees and about 4 degrees, and here comes the cloud cover and more rain come Tuesday. So we're going to keep that in mind. We're getting a little bit of a shower right now, but Jack, it doesn't look like it's going to stick around very long before clearing skies are here again, back inside.
Listen, the rain doesn't bother me as long as I don't have to shovel it. Thank you, KC. The countdown to puck drop is on. The Barrie Colts are set to open the OHL playoffs tonight. Earlier today, we caught up with the team after practice.
Dylan, congratulations on a fantastic season. What's the matchup look like in the first round?
You know what? It's going to be a good matchup. Just a team we're very familiar with. We played them 6 times throughout the regular season. The regular season outcome's been very close, so it's a team that we know well. It's a team that we're well prepared for. You know, I got to give my staff credit. The amount of work and the amount of discussion that went into the last 3 days in terms of prep for these guys, for our players to be as confident and as prepared as possible was extensive. So our staff's done a good job. Our players are ready, and everyone's very excited.
You've been through this before as a player and as a coach, certainly. The excitement, the nerves that goes into OHL playoff action. What do you say to the young guys who maybe haven't done this yet?
Honestly, I don't have to say a lot. Based off the community getting behind the team and the amount of support that we get from our fans, and just the older guys, the excitement that the older guys come up with, and the passion they bring even to practices this week. The young guys feed off that. They understand. It doesn't take a genius to understand the vibe that's going on here. You know, everyone expects big things. We expect big things of ourselves. So young and old guys alike, everyone's very excited. But like I said, everyone's prepared. Everyone's physically prepared. Everyone's mentally prepared. Now it's time to go to work.
Now, last question. Kayshawn being out of the lineup, obviously. obviously a big miss for you guys. How do you deal with that?
Next man up. Next man up. You know, obviously he's an MVP candidate in this league. He's a first-round NHL pick. We'd love to have him tonight. We don't have him tonight. Are we going to give up? Are we going to just, give them the win and get ready for round or game 2? Not a chance. We've got guys who are more than capable to step up. And it's not only our D. Our forwards have to be, more careful with their puck management. Our goalies have to be ready. Obviously, our D are going to step up in place of Cash, and the overall team physicality will have to raise a little bit. But again, I have full confidence in all 25 guys who are eligible to play in this playoff run. And just because we're missing one is not going to slow us down.
Coach, appreciate your time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
There's still time to make it down to the game before puck drop. We're told there's still a few seats left. Barrie Colts versus the Niagara Ice Dogs at Sadlin Arena, opening round of the 2026 OHL playoffs. We'll have an update on the game tonight on CTV News Barrie at 11 o'clock. Up next, we go from the ice to the diamond. The Toronto Blue Jays are getting ready to step up to the plate tomorrow night for their 2026 season. We'll bring you a sneak peek at how they're gearing up, plus recap tonight's top stories. You're watching CTV News Barrie. Recapping our top stories, a dangerous offender hearing continues for the man convicted of aggravated sexual assault against an elderly woman in her Clearview home. The Crown telling the court Michael Zakir has, quote, repeatedly shown he cannot control his sexual impulses. A new affordable housing development is coming together at the site of the OPP former Barrie headquarters. Studio apartments and 3-bedroom units, 2 separate buildings. The 220 apartments set to be finished by the end of 2028. Hydro One is promising a priority transmission line, 300 kilometers between Sudbury and Barrie, and now you can have your say. The company is holding open houses in Barrie, Parry Sound, Hanmer, and Bracebridge from April 13th to the 16th and virtually on the 21st. Today, tech and farming collided. Experts gathered in London to talk about the future of agriculture, exploring how robotics and artificial intelligence could transform the ancient practice. CTV's Sean Irvine reports.
In a fitting moment for the first ever Canadian Robotics and AI Summit, a prototype is guided into the event at Western Fair District. This apple thinner is designed by a Kitchener firm to work independently in an orchard. Its AI-trained eyes can identify preferred crops.
You don't want to remove big fruit, leave small fruit, depending on what you're growing. So this robot goes in and does that thinning.
Not far away, a Bothwell company is promoting a long line of autonomous and AI-infused products, from large farm vehicles to those designed simply to be a robotic farmhand.
And you want to send it to the barn and have it come back to you. It's eliminating the need to have somebody driving back and forth on the farm.
With labor shortages in the fields, AI could fill in and save money for producers. But could it also replace sought-after farm jobs?
Robotics isn't about replacing people. It's about helping farmers work more efficiently, more productively, using tools.
So a lot of the times we actually don't see the labor going away. It's more or less we're allocating it to different needs in the operation.
Now, one of the biggest hurdles facing innovators and agriculture producers alike is cost. The upfront outlay for AI technologies can be extreme, but some have come up with a solution. Grants along with rebates and free training are offered. Another type of fee is a subscription for service.
In order to make it easier for growers to adopt, we basically come in at the same price that they would be currently paying for conventional thinning methods.
And in turn, consumers could benefit at the grocery store.
The idea here is to bring the cost of fresh food down to a point where it can compete with more manufactured food.
In London, Sean Irvine, CTV News.
With the end of the war still very much in question, oil prices surged again today. Let's go ahead and take a look at where the markets closed. The TSX was down 495 points. The Dow was down 469. The Nasdaq was down 521. In commodities, oil was up, closing at $94.48 a barrel. Gold was down, finishing at $4,376 an ounce. And our dollar was down, ending the day at 72.23 cents U.S. Meanwhile, hopes around peace talks fade. A major blow for the hard-hit trucking industry as the price of diesel soars. With more on that, here's CTV's John Vanavalley-Rao.
For truckers across the country, as they pump pricey diesel into their trucks, the numbers are numbing to look at.
Diesel prices are going very high. It's like huge difference.
At Toronto-based CSA Transportation, they move all sorts of products from clothes to health supplements from its terminals to cities across the country and into the U.S.
Yep, these are all going to be filled up.
The VP of Operations, Rebecca Herbsch, showed us some of the trailers ready to be loaded. And with the price of diesel surging, she says the trucking companies they partner with have been charging them a lot more.
They want to raise their rates. They want a fuel surcharge. Some of them are charging 40, 50, 60, 70. We even saw 80% fuel surcharge one day.
Herbsch says after holding off, her company raised its freight rates on Monday, though hasn't yet passed on the full costs of rising fuel to customers. Still, she says if the war continues and diesel stays high, consumers will soon see the result when items hit store shelves.
It means that the cost of products is going to go up. The more that vendors have to pay us to move their goods, especially cross-border, the more that we're going to be paying for goods.
And for those truckers who pay their own fuel bills, the soaring price is hitting hard.
The cost to fill up a truck like this that holds about 1,000 liters of diesel has gone up around $700 since the start of the war.
Benit Puri owns 4 trucks and says his fuel costs have gone up around $4,000 a month.
Need to have prices down, man. Just give us a break.
He says his credit cards are getting maxed and wants to see governments cut taxes on diesel.
We're driving trucks. We're providing food. I work for Walmart, right? My company works for Walmart, and we deliver up north, right? So, I mean, we are struggling 24/7. If they can give us some discount on that, some relief on that, that would be great.
With those in the trucking business worried fuel prices will go even higher and warning it will show up in just about everything. John Benavalli-Rouse, CTV News, Toronto.
The boys of summer took to the field at Rogers Centre today ahead of tomorrow's opening day, marking their 50th season. CTV's Mike Walker was there.
On the eve of opening day, the Toronto Blue Jays are heading into their 50th season with high expectations, motivated to win after last year's World Series run.
I know that it's just the same. I mean, going out there and keep working very hard, trying to do everything to win every game.
Grounder to short, and the Dodgers turn it.
The Blue Jays haven't forgotten about the heartbreaking loss to the LA Dodgers in Game 7 of the World Series, but manager John Schneider says that moment won't define this team.
What will is how we handled ourselves, how we played, and what that does for us going forward. That should be the definition of what we take out of 2025.
Now we know we can kind of match up with any team, and but that also kind of puts a bullseye on our backs.
Kevin Gausman will take them out against the Athletics, his first opening day start since joining the Blue Jays.
Being able to be on that team last year and then start the first game of this season, to me is just the ultimate, level of respect, and I definitely don't take it for granted.
The Blue Jays added depth to their starting rotation, acquiring Cy Young contender Dylan Cease, but that rotation will be tested right away with Jose Barrios, rookie sensation Trey Yesavich, and Shane Bieber all on the injury list. The infield will also look different following Bo Bichette's departure to the New York Mets and newly acquired third baseman and slugger Kazuma Okamoto from Japan.
I think we got more leverage, some of the adjustments and stuff like that, so we're going to be the best. There's no doubt about it.
They easily should have won last year, so I think their chances are excellent.
While the Blue Jays won't define success as World Series or bust, GM Ross Atkins believes this roster is much stronger than last year.
Bolstering our pitching was a very clear goal and one that we feel that we accomplished. And then the addition of Okamoto is something that we're very excited about with the experiences and the growth of the players.
As part of the pregame festivities, the Blue Jays will unveil their 2025 American League Championship banner, a moment Guerrero Jr. says will be full of emotions. Mike Walker, CTV News.
Still to come, a sweet success. We'll share the story of how a young Canadian entrepreneur overcame obstacles to expand his growing business. You're watching CTV News Barrie.
Pure Country 106. Central Ontario's home for the best country music. Listen for your chance to win $50,000 with Pure Country's big $50K payday.
Taking a look at your primetime lineup for tonight, we've got a 2-hour block of The New Girl starting at 8 o'clock, at 10, Criminal Minds, and CTV News at 11.
At just 13, one young man turned his love for gummy bears into a healthy protein brand. And now at 17, he's taking his business to the next level.
My name is Roy Fox. I am 17 years old, and I founded Swole Bears 3 years ago. I was always really big into the gym, and I played competitive baseball, so I knew eating healthy would be important. So I thought to myself, what can I create that people in the gym would love that I can stand behind? So I had the idea to create something that everyone loves, candy, but with what we need, protein. That's where Swole Bears came to life. I found out what you need to make gummy bears, and I made all sorts of substitutions. I got rid of the glucose and used honey. I started doing small batches in my house, just 4-bag batches, and then send to my friends at school and at the gym. I used to buy a flavored protein powder online, and then when I started to scale up, they just weren't really open to selling me in bulk. So I had to shut down production last February and fully reformulate. After 11 months, I finally figured out my recipe. I did over 800 test batches, trying to nail the flavor, texture, and sweeteners. I got on Instagram and started making content every single day leading up to the launch. I got my new packaging in, I got all the certifications back that I needed. I launched into 30 retail stores, and now I'm looking at launching into Popeyes and Sobeys. Yeah, it was really difficult because business was everything to me. I was working super, super hard on it, and it started to finally grow when I launched my online store and the retail was going well. And for it to all shut down, it was really, really difficult. It was a big setback, and I got discouraged, and I didn't really know if it was possible. I had some people that were really encouraging me and supported me to keep going. Even after failing, I knew it was possible, and I just stuck with it. I got accepted to Entrepreneur of Impact, which is an event hosted by Damon John, one of the guys from Shark Tank. It's basically a bunch of entrepreneurs around Canada and the United States that compete for $25,000. Winning this challenge would be super big for me. Having an extra $25,000 helped me be able to hire more people can really scale this business. I'm working 20 hours a day right now, and I'm maxed at what I can do, so having a few extra hands would be a big help. I'm hoping to grow this company to something big one day. I want to be in multiple countries and be in all the big box retailers and be the face of protein gummies.
Fox wakes up at 4 every morning to work on his business while finishing high school at home. His gummy bears, he says they're swole with a six-pack abs and seriously buff. Some good news for Harry Potter fans. The first trailer for the new series has officially dropped.
I told you. You are a normal boy. And you're going to start acting like one.
The new series tells the story of Harry Potter from the beginning, with a brand new cast, including 3 newcomers as main characters, Hermione, Ron, and Harry, as well as heavyweights like Nick Frost as Hagrid and John Lithgow as Dumbledore. The show will hit Crave later this year. Crave and CTV are both divisions of Bell Media. One little monkey who stole hearts with his little plush orangutan is settling in well at a zoo in Japan. Zookeepers say Punch is gradually integrating with the other Japanese macaques, actively approaching them and trying to communicate. The little guy gained a huge following online after his mother abandoned him, and he was given the toy for comfort.
High school.
Now it is time for our Get Up and Go with Casey Colby. Casey, obviously you love the little orangutan.
Who doesn't love a viral monkey? I mean, I've never seen that in all my years. So that's pretty good. Let's talk about the Get Up and Go forecast. Is that pretty good? Well, is it viral monkey good? Let's have a look. Certainly the sunshine's welcome. First thing tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock. How about -10 in sunshine in Barrie? Sunshine stretching. You get the idea. Newmarket, -10 and -13. At 7 o'clock in the morning. Kind of cool, but oh, the sunshine. Let's go viral with that sunshine. Jack.
Thanks, KC. That's our newscast for tonight. I'm Jack Morse. Thank you for watching. I'll be back on your desk with the news at 11. Good night.